All right, in this video, I wanted to just recap this past month of training, and then go over my cut that I did. So, first things first is that I was able to set PRs on every single one of my lifts this block. I'm really happy about that, especially considering that I lost 10 pounds in a rather aggressive deficit while getting COVID in the middle of the block, and just really having not the best variables lined up for performance. But I just, you saw there, got 623 for two at RPE 8, which was a PR, especially because I'm going back to the Texas deadlift bar because that is what the USPA is going to be using this next year. And I'm just showing my down sets, showing that my training has just been a lot lighter in general on my average intensity. And that's really helped me feel a lot better as I've been training, be better able to recover, get in more quality volume, and reinforce some good technical patterns. So that was, that's why I'm showing that there. I also got 336 for three on bench press. My butt did come up on the last rep a little bit. A lot of that is just due to changes in leverages with like not being super used to, just being lighter. But I kind of realized I need to just put my feet out further in front of me and have a little bit less of that active glute contraction, and I will be totally fine. But still very happy with that RPE 9. And then I also did 501 for three on squat, which is an all-time squat PR at 191 pounds body weight. So overall, like this is, with the exception of my deadlift, the strongest I have been on the squat and the bench press by far, especially at a lighter body weights. On deadlift, we just need to basically try around a new training approach with number one, with my change to this bar, and then also going back to conventional, just lowering down my training max so that I stop overshooting the end of my blocks. You will see later on here that I overshoot pretty hard, 644 for two, it was RPE 10. But that was also right after my squats. And I feel pretty beat up in my lower back if that happens. I do heavy squat and a heavy deadlift. So we're going to be staggering the weeks that I do my heaviest squat with the block and heaviest deadlift with the block. So week 4 will be when I hit my heaviest squat, and then week 5 will be when I hit my heaviest deadlift, slash alternating how heavy I do go. But still, being able to hit that in the deep calorie deficit, I'm not mad about that. And you guys can just see this is just one of my secondary deadlift workouts with some bodybuilding work. I hit hamstrings, back, and shoulders on this day. But I wanted to talk a little bit about plans going forward, how the cut went, etc. So I dieted down pretty hard, and this was really just for me to see, do I have what it takes to endure the suffering that comes along with a contest prep? Because it's just about, basically how much are you willing to suffer to get down to being, that level of leanness, because it's very hard. Like, the hunger is definitely annoying, and it does get constant. Like there's like right now I'm finishing this up on the voiceover. Cut ends on Wednesday, and like I'm always hungry after my meals. There's really no like relief. The main thing is just like the overall fatigue and low energy levels, and then just disruptions with sleep. But like in general, like I overall handled this pretty well. I went in about a 700 to a 1,000 calorie deficit. Really prioritize my pre-workout nutrition and hydration, so a little bit extra salt pre-training, making sure I had most of my carbs around that pre-training window, so I had plenty of energy. And one of the things I also did was just, the number one hunger management strategy is just accepting that you're going to be really hungry when you're getting down to this level of leanness. There's nothing that you can do to avoid it. Yes, you can have more vegetables, more high volume foods, more protein, more fiber, yada yada, but you're still going to feel that low energy. You're still going to be hungry. Your body is too smart to override all that stuff. And I just kind of just didn't abuse food volume, didn't abuse fiber content like I had in the past. Like I used to make these like big protein fluff recipes, and it just made me feel bloated and terrible and whatever. So just kind of eating more regular foods, emphasis on whole grains, fruits, vegetables. I still incorporated like some treats every day. Like I found chocolate was the easiest for me to control. So like one of those Dove dark chocolates. My starting calories were 4,000 calories on my training days and 3,200 calories on my off day, just because I'm in the gym for like 2 hours, and I also do cardio. So like that is how much difference in energy expenditure I have. And then across the 6 weeks, I got down to 3,200 calories on training days and 2,400 calories on my rest day. which is it's hard. Like it was hard, but I have a goal and I am really stubborn, and I'm really proud of my effort throughout this cut, especially coming off of being sick and honestly having a lot of variables stacked against me as far as being able to execute this well. But I set PRs on everything. Like every single one of my lifts has gone up, so I definitely gained a little bit of muscle while getting down to I would estimate I'm around like 6% body fat right now. Those guys on the Olympia stage that you see are just absolutely peeled to the bone. They're closer to like 3 to 5% body fat. They also have the level of muscularity to actually support that level of leanness and look the way that they actually do. And so that's something that's I just realized, okay, I have what it takes, but I don't have the muscularity to support the look that I want, and I know that I need to have in order to be competitive. And the way that I am is I'm not going to step on stage unless I know like I have a shot of winning. I've never done anything with I'm just gonna see if I can do it and whatever, and like be bad at it. And I'm just too self-aware to not understand that I just need more size. In particular, just more emphasis on my lats and my arms and my glutes and hamstrings. That's something I haven't really focused on as much because of parallellifting training. But I think with a solid amount of time spent with a little bit more of those exercises in my program, I'll be able to bring up those weak points along with being in a steady calorie surplus, which will be the plan after this, after having maintenance established, and then going into a lean bulk. So roughly a 200 calorie surplus daily, with one day being my rest day, where I do dip down a little bit below maintenance just to maintain my insulin sensitivity. And then the main goals for this year are still, powerlifting related. Like I'm the only, way I step on stage is if I do squat 600, bench 400 pounds, and deadlift 750 at 200 or sorry, at 90 kilos. So I am really excited for what's to come. I'm really proud of myself for doing this. This has been really hard. Like there's been moments in my workouts where I go hypoglycemic after like stop, just shaky after my cardio, lightheaded. I have to pull over on the side of the road at times. Just extreme hunger, exhaustion, tiredness. Like my body will hurt randomly. Like I can feel like when I start eating, like it's kind of weird. It's like you want to push it off as long as you can because you almost get hungrier when you do eat. Um, it's been a really interesting experience going through this, but I'm really proud of the end result. I'm excited to keep developing my physique, and I will step on stage eventually. If it's this year, great. If it's not, it'll be in due time. Powerlifting is still my number one joy. But I also love developing a physique and seeing what I look like. Alberto Nunez has a great quote. He's one of the best natural bodybuilding coaches who works with 3D Muscle Journey, but he says the biggest treat of bodybuilding is seeing parts of yourself that would have gone undiscovered if you did not pursue it. And these shots here, like guys, I never would have thought in a million years I would look like this. Like I'm so freaking proud of myself for getting down here. It's been hard. Um, all I want is I just want another egg sandwich. I don't have any desire to binge eat. I'm going to keep things to control. And the cool thing is that I will not go above really 10% body fat with how lean I am here, with how I'm going to be bulking in the plan that I have. So just really proud of myself. You can do hard things. They're worth it. And I'm excited to just keep making progress from here. So if you guys have any questions, ask them down in the comments below. If you guys are interested in getting my help to get strong and aesthetic, links are down below for coaching.